This is News 8 at Sunrise.
Good morning. The time now is 5 o'clock. Mark is off today. Thanks for waking up with us for News 8 at Sunrise. We will get to all your headlines in just a bit, but first, let's go straight to meteorologist James Gilbert for a look at the forecast. Feeling a little like fall out there.
Feeling like fall, not quite looking like fall yet, but we've got rid of Mark, so we can have a little bit of fun on the show today.
There you go. All right, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
We'll play music, maybe through the entire show.
While we talk,
we could do that. I love that about sports highlights. They just ride music through it. Maybe
and for news, turn it up. When you don't want to hear what we have to say, just turn up the music.
Yes, we are going to have a great time today, Leah. 58 degrees. I put my heat warmer on in the car. Why not? Keep the bum warm on your commute this morning. No rain out there. Forecast first showing clear skies across the region. You grab your phone, you look at those numbers, mid-70s, so temperature-wise pretty comfortable. But rain showers, yeah, we could see some heavy rain possible across the Finger Lakes. We'll keep an eye on you. I'll break down the full forecast coming up. What else is coming up this hour? Our This Day in History looking up. Looking at space. That's at 5:28 a.m. A big event happened back in the 60s. Forecast rain today. Yep, I'm going to break down when it starts, when it ends, and what that means for the weekend as well at 5:42. Today's town going west to Orleans County. Leah?
All right. All sounds good. Thank you so much. New this morning, police say a Rochester man is in critical condition after a hit and run last night. Officers say a 53-year-old man was crossing Hudson Avenue at Dunn Street when he was hit by a car. We're told the car fled the scene. The victim was taken to the hospital. Officials say he's in critical but stable condition. This investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is asked to please call 911. Another man suffering minor injuries in a crash overnight. Here's video from that scene on Main and Cascade in Rochester shortly after midnight. You can see both cars were badly damaged. Police say the 59-year-old man was turning left onto West Main Street when a 2018 Ford passed through a red light. We're told the man suffered minor injuries and was taken to Strong Hospital via AMR for treatment. Police say the people in the 2018 Ford fled the scene on foot immediately following the crash. This investigation also ongoing. If you have any information, call 911. Unvaccinated state employees will now have to choose between getting the COVID vaccine and ongoing weekly testing. You might have heard about this. The governor announcing this new rule Wednesday. This as Delta variant COVID infections continue to rise here in New York State and across the country. Also under the new mandate, frontline workers in state hospitals are required to be vaccinated. Currently, Strong Memorial Hospital and Rochester Regional Health, two county hospitals, don't have vaccine mandates in place.
I think that when vaccine is available, it's a shame for us to risk a case of transmitting a vaccine preventable illness to either our colleagues at work or to our patients or residents. So I'm in favor of taking advantage of the wonderful health care that we have.
You have a public-facing person who the public must, by definition, be exposed to. That person has an added responsibility of not transmitting the virus.
Later today, President Biden is expected to announce a plan to issue a similar mandate for federal workers, urging them to get the vaccine or undergo weekly testing. We have more about this coming up later in the show. More COVID news. New York reviewing the CDC's newest recommendations on masking. That recommendation advising fully vaccinated people to wear masks in indoor public spaces in hot spots. Monroe County officials said Tuesday a local mask mandate will not be required at this time. We spoke with local businesses about the potential of that changing.
We tend to be proactive rather than reactive. So if we feel that it's something that we should do, then we won't hesitate to go ahead before that recommendation comes about.
It'll be difficult because there's going to be people with varying opinions on the pandemic. So that's, that has been part of the issue all along, is just dealing with different opinions, and that would be very difficult to enforce at this stage of the game right now.
In June, Governor Cuomo lifted the mask requirements for fully vaccinated people. The former Monroe County judge accused of rape is denying the allegations, but he's also issuing an apology. Former New York State Supreme Court Justice Matthew Rosenbaum is facing both a federal lawsuit and an investigation launched by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. A former aide who worked with Rosenbaum from 2005 to 2019 filed a federal lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and rape over a period of several years. He stepped down during a state investigation early last year, but details of that investigation were never made public. Yesterday, Rosenbaum releasing a video denying the allegations.
My wife and family have known about this prior relationship for a while, and their having forgiven me is what is allowing us to move forward in our lives, and for that, I am eternally grateful. But there is another issue I must confront. That is the untrue allegation that the relationship was anything but consensual. It was always totally consensual, and any attempt to frame it as other than that is both untrue and unfair.
To watch the full statement, click on this story on our website, rochesterfirst.com. A new complaint has been filed against Hilton Elementary School Principal Kirk Ashton and former Hilton Superintendent David Dimbleby on behalf of yet another student, accusing Ashton of sexual abuse at Northwood Elementary School. Ashton is now accused of sexually abusing more than 30 students. The newest complaint alleging that Ashton abused a student weekly over the course of several years, and that staff within the district knew Ashton would take male students to his office alone. A former Walworth Town Board member in Canandaigua Town returned to court yesterday. 57-year-old Correll Ambrose is facing a felony after police say he tried to meet someone he believed to be a 14-year-old for sexual activity. Ambrose was arrested and charged with attempted criminal sex act. He was arrested by Canandaigua police. Ambrose resigned from the Walworth Town Board soon after. He's due back in court in August. He is now the first of 2 Walworth Town Board members facing sexual allegations. During this pandemic, many families are struggling to pay their bills. Emergencies like pets getting sick can make it even more difficult. And when a local family needed 3 emergency surgeries for their dogs, they didn't know where to turn. Carmela Boykin is live, though, with how Rochester Hope for Pets helped them out. Good morning, Carmela.
Good morning, Leah. Rochester Hope for Pets served as a last option for a local family to save their dog. The Privateras had 2 emergency surgeries for 2 of the dog in the span of a few months, but when their 3rd dog needed a surgery, euthanization was the devastating final option. At the last minute, the Privateras received a call from Rochester Hope for Pets. They were approved for a gray muzzle grant, a grant for elderly dogs to help with the down payment for their dog's tease surgery. Owner Lori Privatera says the call from Rochester Hope for Pets was a blessing.
Because again, you're running in there when you love your pets like your own children. You can't look at these little faces and say, okay, we don't have the money, it's time for you to go to heaven.
Rochester Hope for Pets coordinator Krista Brown says since May 1st, Rochester Hope for Pets has been able to help over 100 companion animals receive necessary services. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Leah?
All right, it's a great thing, Carmela. Thank you so much. Rochester Hope for Pets is a not-for-profit organization funded by private donors.
Interesting. Can you get like insurance for pets?
You can.
Health insurance?
Yeah, but I'm not so sure how much it really covers.
Oh, sure.
Yes, yeah. Because I told my brother to get it before for his pet, and he called and said it's not covering anything. But I don't know what he
goodness.
got.
Okay. Yeah.
Good question.
I've never had a dog.
I'll look into it.
I have a small human.
You do have a small human who is getting bigger every day.
Yeah, and he's insured.
And he's insured. And he's more vocal every day.
He is so loud. Just screaming and yelling.
What would he have to say about the forecast?
He would say that I did a great job yesterday.
All right, let's see what you did.
Yeah, mid-70s. I was just 1 degree off yesterday. Let's get that graphic pulled up here. 76, I went 75. That's the verification. I'm going to go a couple of degrees warmer, 78 for today. See that and how much rain we expect coming up.
All right, you did okay. Also had how secondhand marijuana smoke may be harming your children, what researchers are saying about this.
You're watching News 8, the team you can trust. Mark Ruba, Leah Lando, and meteorologist James Gilbert. You're watching